Thank you very much. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission Designate representing the Republic of Zambia, His Excellency Major General Jackson Miti and Mrs. Gertrude Ngoma Miti. Your Excellency, sir.
Your Excellency, I have the honor to present to Your Excellency the letter of credency by which His Excellency Mr. Edgar Chagwalungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, appointed me High Commissioner, extraordinary, and extra potentially of the Republic of Zambia to the Republic of South Africa. Please allow me to take this opportunity to convey to Your Excellency the warmest greetings and best wishes from His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Edgar Chagwalungu, as well as the profound desire to continue working with you to further strengthen relations between the two nations. Your Excellency, I would like to further take this opportunity to congratulate the government and the people of South Africa on a successful and peaceful election held in May this year. Your Excellency, I have the honor to present my credentials.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission Designate representing the Republic of France, His Excellency Mr. Aurelia Lechevali and Mrs. Monica Lechevali. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. You see that my wife is learning Chivanda already, and Mrs. Zulu as well.
All right, so those images that you're seeing actually is the President receiving letters of credence, and essentially the ambassadors and High Commissioners designate from 16 countries, we believe. These are
human rights, the peace and stability, everywhere in the world, and especially in Africa and the Indian Ocean. So we look forward to continuing and strengthening this cooperation and to enhancing our bonds. We have also a very strong and ambitious agenda. I must tell you that even if I'm representing France, of course, and serving my country, I'm also here to support you, Mr. President, in your agenda, in your ambitious transformation agenda. It's very important for you to know that we are at your side. Also, President Macron will come closer to you next week. He will be at the island of La Réunion for the summit on the Indian Ocean regional security. So he, of course, wished that maybe it will be possible to see you. And thank you very much for the invitation you extended to him for an official visit next year. We are very happy to confirm that President Macron will come to South Africa in May, if that suits your agenda, of course, Mr. President. So thank you again, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We'll be talking.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing the Kingdom of Lesotho, His Excellency, Mr. Nehemiah Sikhonyana Bereng and Mrs. Constance Bereng. Your Excellency, sir. Your Excellency, please come. Ma'am, please come. No, you can go and go next to me. Come, ma'am. Yeah. You can go next to the President. Yes. Thank you.
Your Excellency, I am honored to present my letters of credence and also the letter of recall of my predecessor. I have been charged with the responsibility to bring greetings to Your Excellency from His Majesty King Lesia III of Lesotho. I now have the honor, sir, to present my letters and also the letter of recall of my predecessor.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dad.
You can stand next to the President. Please stand next to the President. You can join them that side, please now. Thank you. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing Swiss Confederation, His Excellency Dr. Nicolas Brill and Mrs. Denise Brill-Moser. Your Excellency, sir. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President, it's really a pleasure to be here in South Africa to present my country, Switzerland, in your beautiful country. And I have two invitations for you. The first is a personal invitation of our very well-known tennis player, Roger Federer, who is playing on the 7th of February in Cape Town. And there will be a special exhibition match against Rafael Nadal. It's the first game on African soil, and you are personally invited to this special event, and you would like to see you because his mother is South African, as you might know. The second remark is Geneva. You know, this year we celebrate 100 years of multilateralism and 70 years of the Geneva Conventions. And it would be a pleasure for my government if you would come to Geneva and present priorities of South Africa in this important framework. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing the Russian Federation, His Excellency Mr. Ilya Rogachev and Mrs. Elena Vysotskaya, Your Excellency, sir.
Mr. President, please accept letter of recall of my predecessor and my letter of credence. I'm very glad I'm doing this just several days before the Russia-Africa Summit in Sochi, as one of my immediate tasks will be to assist you and your delegation at this event.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing the Republic of Kazakhstan, His Excellency Mr. Kanat Tumish and Mrs. Leila Tumish. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you, Excellency. It's a real pleasure to meet you and offer my letter of credence. Please allow me to convey warm greetings of President Tokayev on your country's outstanding UN Security Council presidency. Our countries have much in common, and especially we have population with different ethnicities, religions and traditions, and this diversity enriches and strengthens us. This year, our new president, Mr. Tokayev, in his recent State of the Nation address, tasked to modernize our country, diversify its economy, and attract investment. And this go in tune with Your Excellency's recent initiatives, and we fully support them. And our former president, founding president, proposed to free our planet from the scourges of terrorism, WMD, and to restore global dialogue and trust. And such a reputable state as South Africa, a member of UNSC, African Union, NAM, and BRICS, will be instrumental in implementing these and similar initiatives. Only together we will build a new reality of a more prosperous, just, and safer world. I am pleased to offer Your Excellency my letter of credence and letters of recall of my predecessor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing the Republic of Colombia, His Excellency Mr. Carlos Andres Nino and Ms. Ingrid Deza Salama, Your Excellency, sir.
Mr. President, it's a pleasure to be here and an honor to meet you. It's my first time as a diplomatic. I'm coming from the business world. I'm not a diplomatic for diplomatic career.
Like me.
That is the reason, because I would like to share that we have many opportunities to work together. In Colombia, we have the 4IR Center for the World Economic Forum, and we are working really hard in the new technologies. We are giving skills to our new people, and it's time to work together. It's time to build bridges, and it's our time for Colombia and Africa. I would like to say, Retavela, Jova, Mo Leguena, Rea, Leboa. I hope I did it.
No, you did it good. You did.
And my parents?
Yes, thank you. Real level.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to learn quickly.
Yeah.
So, you can, she comes this side.
Now.
I need to call up here. One, everything is above. Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing the Republic of Guatemala, His Excellency Mr. Eric Estuardo Escobedo Ayala, and Mrs. Sylvia Lucrecia Ariaza Escobedo. Your Excellency, sir.
Your Excellency, it's an honor for me to be here, and it's an honor as well to meet you. Let me present to you the greetings of the President of Guatemala and from the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Guatemala. As you know, she will come this weekend. She will be opening the embassy here on Monday, the next Monday. And for that reason, this is the first time after 25 years of bilateral relationships, this is the first time that Guatemala will have an embassy here, and we will be waiting for you in our country. Right. And it's an honor for me to present to you my credentials. Yes, this is the start, this is the beginning of an historical relationship with both countries. Thank you very much again, and it's an honor to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks to you, Mr. President.
You can join. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome. And good luck with all the events.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Excellency. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing the Republic of Niger, Her Excellency Mrs. Mariana Seyudu and Mrs. Azeberu. Madam Excellency.
Mr. President, I would like to thank you on behalf of the President of the Republic of Niger, His Excellency Mr. Issouf Mahamadou, for having accepted me as Ambassador Extraordinaire and Plenipotentiary. And I have the honor to present to Your Excellency my letters of credence and the letters of recall of my predecessor. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
This one.
She joins us. Okay.
Okay.
I'm lucky.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
No, you too, my French. It's not good. Only good at Monday.
Okay.
Thank you.
Merci. Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing Ireland, Her Excellency Ms. Finula Gilsenan and Ms. Paula Morley. Madam Excellency.
Your Excellency, President Ramaphosa, it's a real honour for me to represent my country in South Africa. You know that we have a long history, shared history of solidarity and cooperation in many respects, both before the independence of South Africa and since. So it's a real pleasure for me to be able to come here and to build further on that relationship. We're very happy to welcome Minister Botes, who's going to be in Dublin next month for political consultations, and shortly thereafter our Minister of Trade and Enterprise is coming to South Africa on a trade mission. And lastly, I want to convey on behalf of our President and our Taoiseach a warm invitation to visit Ireland. will be slightly different from the last time you visited Ireland, but no, undoubtedly it will just be as fascinating and interesting. So I have the great honour to present my letters of credence and letters of recall of my predecessor. Thank you. I come from the border counties, so the other side where you went, those 5 years and 5 years.
Thank you.
And
then you'll go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing the delegation of the European Union, Her Excellency Mrs. Rina Kionka and Mr. Laurie Lepig. Madam Excellency.
Mr. President, I bring you warm greetings from Presidents Tusk and Juncker, who recall very warmly our summit last year and look forward to our summit possibly next year because it's important to keep the momentum in our strategic partnership. And we are indeed strategic partners. First, we are the EU is South Africa's #1 trade and investment partner. And it is in our mutual interest to boost trade, investment, and tourism. Second, we are your most important and most reliable partner in transformation to address the legacy of the past. Indeed, we stand with you as you implement your transformation plan. And third, we are partners also on the global stage in combating global warming, climate change, promoting human rights, upholding the international rule-based order. So, Ndolibua, mu presidente.
Wonderful, that's good. Thank you. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you so much. Good anger as well.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the head of mission designate representing the Republic of Cyprus, His Excellency Mr. Kostas Papademas and Mrs. Mary Papademas, Your Excellency, sir.
Welcome. Really welcome. New Cyprus, new years. We'll be happy to see you again. Welcome. Thank you so much.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, please allow me to convey warmest greetings from President Anastasiadis. Our countries share a long-standing friendship and cooperation, and my aim is to further enhance and consolidate these relations. Unfortunately, lately we are experiencing severe violations of our exclusive economic zone by a neighboring country, and apart from the fact that part of our country is still under occupation. So we count to the support of a friendly country, South Africa, especially as a member of the Security Council. Please allow me to convey to you my letters of credence. Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Your Excellency. We have to take a picture first. We have to take a picture first. Yes. She must join us. He wants to leave you behind.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the Head of Mission Designate representing the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency Mr. Eugene Kaihura and Mrs. Nadia Kaihura, Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Warmest greetings from President Paul Kagame and the people of Rwanda. And I want to assure you that during my stay here, I will solidify the already excellent relations between Rwanda and South Africa. Your Excellency, I take this opportunity to present my letter of credence and the letter of recall of my predecessor. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I wish you the very best.
Next one. Looks like. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Look forward to working. Thank you, my sister. Thank you.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the Head of Mission Designate representing the Republic of Malta, His Excellency Mr. Dioniso Vela and Mr. David Muscat. Your Excellency, sir.
Mr. President, I convey the best wishes and greetings from His Excellency the President of Malta, Dr. George Vella, the Honorable Prime Minister, and the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade Promotion, and from the people of Malta. I look forward to strengthen the relations between the two countries and also between the people of the two countries. It is a pleasure for me to be appointed as Ambassador of this prestigious country, and today I present to you the letters of credence and the letter of recall. Thank you.
You can join. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, it is now our privilege and honor to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of South Africa, to address you, Mr. President.
It's okay. Program Director, Ambassador Lossi, Your Excellencies and High Commissioners and Ambassadors Designate, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to extend my greetings to all of you on my own behalf
and on behalf of the government of the Republic of South Africa, but more importantly, on behalf of the people of South Africa. I'm honored to formally welcome you to South Africa, the most beautiful country in the whole world, besides your equally beautiful countries, of course. I wish to congratulate you, Your Excellencies, on your appointment to be the esteemed representatives of your respective countries here in South Africa for the next few years. I wish you success in the execution of all your responsibilities and tasks as you represent your people and your governments and your heads of state. We look forward to working with you as we strengthen relations between your countries and ours. Your presence here is a clear confirmation and indication that South Africa does indeed have friends. It has friends on whom it can rely as it plays its role in the work to consolidate peace and development in the world. Our countries collectively have a task to promote, to protect, and to strengthen the multilateral system that exists in the world, to be a truly rules-based system. We should all work together to discourage any form of unilateralism in matters of international security, human rights, and trade and investment as well. The history of the modern world provides ample evidence of the shortcomings and the potential damage of unilateral action, and we see it on an ongoing basis. We must work together to defend the integrity of our multilateral institutions by ensuring that they are both effective, inclusive, as well as truly democratic. We must strengthen these institutions because they are best placed to drive solutions to some of the stubborn challenges that we are facing as a global community. These challenges include, in our case, and it also obtains in many other parts of the world, poverty, inequality, war, terrorism, and climate change. We will not be able to end conflict and achieve peace unless we work together, unless we tackle poverty and reduce inequality in the world. A more peaceful and stable world creates the conditions for greater and more inclusive economic growth, and that should be our focus. You are arriving in our country at a time when we are seized with efforts to revive our economy, to create jobs for the many people in South Africa who don't work, especially young people, to alleviate poverty and significantly reduce inequality. One of the strategies we have decided on in terms of tackling these challenges is to mobilize investments, to increase the level of investment so that we can grow our economy. We will be hosting the second South African Investment Conference next month from the 5th to the 7th of November. It is at that conference where business leaders, investors from all over the world, also from our own country, will be able to explore the abundant investment opportunities in South Africa across a broad spectrum of dynamic sectors that make up our economy, from mining to agriculture, From advanced manufacturing to renewable energy, South Africa offers much to investors that are seeking new frontiers of growth, new nodes of profitability. We have prioritized the efforts to reduce the costs and improve the ease of doing business in our country, working with our partners in business, in labor, and in communities. We are removing regulatory and other obstacles to create a conducive environment for investors to be able to invest. We are making it easier and less costly for tourists and business people to visit our shores, and we are also making it easier to attract really valuable skills from abroad. We welcome investors from your respective countries to attend this investment conference, and I'm glad to, during the time when we were whispering to one another with nobody listening, some of you were telling me that your number of fellow citizens will be coming who are potential investors. So we are delighted that a number of people from your respective countries will be coming to attend the investment conference. They will be coming, obviously, to come and see for themselves the potential opportunities that exist in South Africa. We have placed the imperative of greater and more inclusive growth at the top of our national agenda because we seek to create a better life for all the people of South Africa. Right from the beginning of the democratic order in our country, we said that we want a better life for all. Having come from an era where a better life was just reserved for a few, when we came into office, we said we want a better life for all the people of South Africa. And this is precisely what we've continued to focus our attentions on. We are working to address the devastating effects of our apartheid past, a past that was horrible, that relegated the majority of our people to underdevelopment, to a bad education system. But we are also seeking to overcome some of the reversals of the past decade. So our transformation process is wholesome, it's comprehensive. We're correcting what happened more than 300 years ago, but at the same time, we are also putting right what was reversed in the past few years. We have made much progress in building and rebuilding public institutions that were damaged by state capture and corruption, and to restore confidence in our law enforcement agencies. We have strengthened the fight against crime and violence, and we continue to do so on an ongoing basis, because this just distresses our people and continues to be a plague in our country. It is important also that I reflect on an occasion like this on the recent public violence that was directed, at least in part, against people from other nations, foreign nations, who are living in our country. This violence, during which both South Africans and foreign nationals lost their lives and properties, is an affront to the values and the principles that we uphold as a nation. We condemn such heinous acts of criminality, which should never happen in our country again. We are committed to respect the rights of all people within our borders, to strengthen the rule of law, and to promote tolerance and understanding. And in doing so, We as a government are here to protect, to advance, and to defend the human rights of all the people who live here. We are also working to address the specific social and economic factors that gave rise to the frustration and the anger among some of our people. For decades, South Africans have lived peacefully alongside people from other parts of the world, and especially the African continent, sharing resources, learning from one another, deepening our multiculturalism, including through marriage and through deep friendships. And all this has been done through acts of everlasting solidarity. We have a responsibility as leaders to understand the reality of international migration and put in place fair, sustainable, and rights-based policies to manage it. In a few minutes, I will be meeting representative of the UN High Commission for Refugees. They are here to have a conversation with us, as they are also here to express to us the gratitude that they would like to impart to us, because they say our policies in relation to the welcoming and processing of refugees is one of the better ones in the world. Your Excellencies, as the government and the people of South Africa, we look forward to deepening our economic partnership with your countries. Would like to deepen the political dialogue and cooperation on matters of mutual interest with all your countries. As for me, it has been a real joy to meet all of you as representatives of your various nations, and I look forward to working with you through our various channels, working with you to advance the interests of our respective countries. Our respective countries are very valuable, and they deserve nothing else but the best. And I'm glad that your governments have chosen that the best that they have to come and represent you here, your countries here. So I wish you an enjoyable and meaningful stay in South Africa, and I wish you the best. In my language we say Diaribuwa. In our various languages we say Hakensa, Siyabonga, Bayadanki, and thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We now come to the last part of this ceremony. We will soon be having an official photograph where we will be joined by our Excellency, President of the Republic. I will now invite the media to take position outside. After that, the President, His Excellency, the DGs, and the head of mission, now ambassadors without designation, ambassadors and high commissioners, will be conducted by the protocol officers who will be the protocol. Thank you very much. Maybe after this, I think
Okay. Yes. But anyway, I need to so I'll go out.